Happy homebrew, chaps. How are we all? Are we alright? Jolly, jolly good. Sorry about the reflection in my glasses. Allow me to take them off. Not so annoying, that, is it? Just a quick hello. Hello. Before the Cooper's video. This week is going to be a quick run through of me doing the Cooper's kit for you. Actually, it was for me really, because I'm going to drink it. You're not having any. But also to let you know that these videos might be a little bit less frequent, shall we say. I've just got myself a job and I'll need to concentrate on that, and I've got the Open University stuff to do at the same time, so I'm a busy man. So that means I won't necessarily have the time to do as many of these as I would like, or even have the time to do any more brewing. But we'll see how we go. Obviously I'll have the weekend, and that's great, but it depends on what goes on during the week, because I'll be out and about as part of my job, travelling, spending a lot of time on the road. So we'll see what happens, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to continue them, but we'll see. I'm not promising anything. In the meantime, here is some music. In the meantime, we've got this week's Homebrew Wednesday video to do for you. This I recorded towards the end of last week. The Cooper's kit is now finished. It's bottled. It's in the kitchen in some cardboard crates, sitting at room temperature for probably a couple of weeks or so. I have sampled it, an early sample, and it's tasting nice for a kit lager. It's come out really well, but I suspect a lot of that is really down to, you know, the Brew Enhancer that we put in there. But you'll see that in the video, chaps. It's come out really nice. I like it, and I'm a fussy sod, and I don't necessarily like lager. But you know, I'll drink it, and I did it for a laugh. No, I did it because I wanted to. You know, I don't mind a bit of lager occasionally, really. What else is going on? Oh, I'm behind on the Open University study, so I need to get my act together with that. Lots to catch up on with that. So yeah, the chances are there will be less of these, but you know, there you go. That's life. Never mind, eh? What can you do? Catches up with you fairly quickly, doesn't it? All of a sudden you've got all the time on your hands, folks, and then you've got none. That's the way it goes. Can't complain. Yeah, it's all good. So if you see less of me, I'm still out here, folks, doing things, with the occasional demi-john probably. Unlikely to do anything big, major, like, you know, like a big kit, unless, you know, I can find the time to squeeze one in. More likely to be small turbo ciders and things. But I will keep in touch with you chaps out there in video land, and the Facebook group is always there, remember. Don't abuse me, right? Because you'll get blocked. It's as simple as that. I don't care. I don't care whether you're a mass cider producer and you've got more apples than I have. I don't really give a monkeys, right? The group is there for people that make turbo cider. That's all. You know, and you know, little brewers like us who don't have the money to spend on such things. You know, we don't work for big corporates and things like that. You know, we're just on our own, doing our own thing, and trying to save money, which is what it's all about, really, folks, isn't it? Trying to save a bit of money and having a bit of fun in the bargain. So, happy Homebrew Wednesday, chaps. As I say, keep watching. I'll be back. I'll be back. In the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger bacon sandwich, I'll be back. So, see you soon. Cheers. Hi guys. So, here we have our Cooper's fermenting vessel. On the side there, you can see I've stuck on the strip. Here, it's got a tap of sorts, and that can easily be taken off. I've put it on, and what I'm going to do is run some of this sterilizing sanitising liquid through it at some point, pour it out so that that gets sanitised too. As you can see, it's full up with liquid that's got VWP in it, my chosen sanitising agent. It's what I use all the time. It's just you end up using a lot of water, but yeah, it's a personal choice. It doesn't bother me. I find it quite therapeutic, in fact. Over here we've got a Cooper's Brew Enhancer 1 packet, and I've got 2 lagers, and I've got a liquid light malt extract. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll have a little thinky poos, because I believe I've got some more Brew Enhancer to use up. I may save this light malt extract for another day. I'll have a little thinky poos, and we've got all the sterilising equipment and all the sterilising equipment. What am I talking about? This comes with the Cooper's kit. I've got my own one. Probably use my own one. Little stirring spoon and a happy bottler. That will go in there. Help us bottle the lager later on. As you can see, the table's a bit of a mess, but there you go. It's never clean in brewing land, is it, guys? So we'll stick all our equipment in there, we'll let it sanitise, and we'll go from there. Right, guys, so we're using Brew Enhancer 2, which has got some maltodextrin in. We're going to chuck this into the bucket, like so. And sing a little song as we go, because we're very happy, folks. We're very happy. So that's all in there. On the top of that, we're going to chuck in 2 litres of hot water. There it goes, there it goes, there it goes. And using a sanitised spoon, going to give it a little stir. So here we go, stirring away. Yeah. La, 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 la. Now we want to get rid of all of the clumps. I don't know if you remember in the first lager video I did, I explained to you that malt can get quite clumpy, as can the maltodextrose. So we want to make sure we stir all this up until we can't see any more lumps. I know I'm a lump, but you can't have everything, guys, can you? Really? So that's not too bad there. I can't really see any more lumps floating around in that liquid. No, that looks good to me. So what we'll do, give it a little magic tap there, as I like to do, is we'll go on to the next bit. There we go, guys. Look, I'm just pouring in the lager kit there. There's going to still be quite a lot inside this tin. I did warm it up a little before, but there's still quite a lot in there, so I'm going to have to get some water in that, slosh it around a bit and get the rest out. So there we have it, guys. The lager kit is in the bottom. We need to give it a lovely big stir there, make sure it mixes in with the Brew Enhancer. It smells great. Add a little stir. What we need to do now, give it a little bit more of a stir. What we need to do now is fill it up to the 23 litre mark with cold water. Hey guys, don't know if you can see it on there. There's 20 litres. 23 litres is there. Just a tiny over, but that's fine. I'm going to have to give that one last massive stir, and then we'll put the Crowson Ring on, which comes with this kit, which is quite interesting. We'll talk about that in a minute. And we'll chuck the yeast in. We also need to take a starting gravity reading, so let's get on with that. Right guys, the starting gravity is about 1040. Again, I'm not sure I can focus in on this. You can probably just about see it there. But yeah, I might put some more sugar in there just to knock it up a little bit. Right, see this thing, guys? This is called a Crowson Ring. And it's there to basically go on the top of your bucket. And what you do is after 3 or 4 days, when the Crowson has formed, you lift this out and it doesn't stain your bucket, it just stains this ring. And also what will happen is, as the brew starts fermenting, this can rise up and down, and once the lid goes on the top, it will allow the CO2 to escape up the sides here, just over here. So you don't need an airlock, you just put the lid on and away you go. Now I've put in another 500 grams of sugar alongside the Brew Enhancer, and I just need to measure the gravity on that, so let's see how we got on with that. Here's the Brewers Yeast, guys. Now the starting gravity is now 1044. I know another 4 points doesn't seem to make much difference to to the kit, but it will bring up the alcohol a little bit. So we just chuck the yeast in now. There we go, the yeast has gone in. Most of that has come out. I just give it a little bit of a shake there. And once again, we stir our little socks off. Stirring away like, well, someone who stirs away at things. Sorry, I have my finger in the view there, guys, didn't I? Shoddy camera work, I don't know. I need to get a proper phone or a tripod or something, or a proper camera. Right, one thing I do like about this bucket is the way it's shaped, because when you do a big pour and you do a massive stir on it, the way it continues stirring around in the bucket after you've given it a good old stir, I like that. It's quite nice. Simple things seem, well, they please simple minds, I guess. Look, here's the lid. Put the lid on. If we can get the sodding lid on, bear with me, guys. Might help if I put the lid round the right way. There we go. That's it. Now it's on a heating pad. As you can see round here, the temperature, whoop, there it is. The temperature's around, well, it's about 20 degrees. So with the heating pad on, and I've set that to come on every 15 minutes on a timer, that should bring the brew up to a reasonable temperature, and we should get some action. So I'll keep an eye on it and I'll keep you updated. Hello ladies and gentlefolk, how are we all? Just thought I'd show up hello towards the end of this video and quickly go over what we've done. We've started a Cooper's Lager kit. What's got into that kit is Cooper's Brew Enhancer, not the Lakey Bloke one that I knocked up for the Muntons kit. I chucked it in because I had it lying around, guys. That also has maltodextrin in, which the Brew Enhancer 1 pack from Cooper's doesn't have. So Brew Enhancer 1 from Cooper's has just the light malt and the brewing sugar, and Cooper's pack Brew Enhancer 2 has the same but with extra maltodextrin. I'm not entirely convinced there's enough of it, in all honesty. I'd like to see a little bit more, which is why I had to throw in some more sugar. I could have thrown in a little bit more malt, but you know, I thought we'd go with what we've got and see how we get on. So we've used a new Cooper's kit with the new fermenting vessel, which looks really good. I like that. I like the shape of it. I like the fact that it's see-through and you can see the colour of your brew and how it's getting on. And the added bonus, of course, is the Crowson Ring that you can take out after a few days, give it a wash so that your fermenting vessel doesn't get stained after 7 to 8 or 14 days, however long it takes for your brew to ferment. You can just basically, after a couple of days, chuck it under the wash, give it a rinse, and that Crowson should come off quite easily. So we don't have to worry about that. What else? That's it really, guys. We've just chucked in the Cooper's Australian Lager. That wasn't even Australian, was it? Australian Lager. I can't do an Australian accent. Just pretend. Pretend it was a good one, alright? Don't really care either way, whatever. Not bothered. Australian Cooper's Lager. we used that one because it came with the pack with the fermenting vessels. What I didn't show you was the bottles, the Cooper's bottles, but I'm sure you've seen those. They're plastic PET bottles, they're all brown. I prefer see-through bottles myself, so I can see the colour of my brews, how they're getting on in, you know, sort of 6 to 8 months time. But, you know, it's what came with the kit, so we have to go with that. I could use some of the bottles I've got lying around, but I may as well use those because they're all in one place, and it will be easier just to wash those, give them a quick sanitize, and chuck all the brew in there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a day or so, yeah, just a day or two, and go back and have a look at it, see how it's getting on. I'm trying to keep the temperature up a little bit, but what I've noticed on the new fermenting vessel was part of the Cooper's homebrew kit is that the bottom is raised slightly away from the 4 stands it's got at the bottom of the fermenting vessel. Shouldn't be too much of a problem because it's only raised a tiny amount, about that much. A mate of mine would say a gnat's cock. Yeah, it's raised a gnat's cock away from the bottom, so the heat should still rise, guys, from the heating pad. And I checked the temperature earlier, and it's slowly rising, which is good because we don't want to blast the temperature up too quickly, too soon. We want it to be a gradual thing, and I think it'll be fine. But it's worth noting that the bottom of the fermenting vessel on the new Cooper's kit doesn't touch your heating pads. The 4 tiny plastic legs that are moulded as part of the fermenting vessel itself. Of course, they'll touch the heating pad, but the bottom of the barrel, it's got a slight round bottom. It's about a gnat's cock away from from touching the heating pad. Shouldn't be a problem. I think it'll be absolutely fine. And but I'll be keeping an eye on the temperature. Just be sure to be sure. Now that's a bit of Irish for you, you see. I'm a man of 1,000 voices. All of them sound the same. What else have we got to tell you? I had to chuck in some extra sugar, as I said earlier. It wasn't as high as I would have liked it to be, but that's because we used a Brew Enhancer pack, and we didn't throw in as much sugar because it's not, you know, there isn't a kilogram of sugar in that brewing pack, so we need to just bump it up a little bit more with a little bit more sugar, folks, to get it around about 4.5%, or maybe just a slight nudge under, a gnat's cock under. Must stop saying gnats. What else have we got to say, folks? Yeah, not much. That's all from me, folky pokies. Have a fantastic week until the next homebrew video. God bless you, governors, or not. I mean, you know, whatever. Yeah. I just thought I'd sing for you there. It was good, wasn't it? I liked it. Yeah, see you next week, guys. Have a good one. Cheery Pope, and may all of your Christmases be white, or whatever colour you like them. Whatever. Ta-da!